In the southeastern corner of Turkey, you're more likely to spot a 6-year-old shepherding goats than playing with a football. Sport is very much an afterthought in a region soaked in history and tradition. In recent years, this part of the country has been hit by a slump in the number of visitors. Ongoing security operations against the PKK terror group and the war next door in Syria have been a concern.
People are afraid to come here. If I talk specifically about Hasan Cave, not even one incident took place in this city for years. It is all about misinformation, and unfortunately it's affected tourism here.
But now the Turkish Cycling Federation, along with a group of industry leaders, want to get people visiting these landmarks once again, and have organised a new event to be staged here, the International Civilizations Bike Tour of Turkey.
Turkey is one of the most important countries in the Middle East and Europe. So we are the center of civilization. And Turkish territory is welcome for everyone in the world. We will welcome all the nations to come to these races and to show Turkey. And for next step, we are aiming to have minimum 10 nations to be here.
For people like Necdet, this event could help turn the region's fortunes around.
This cycling tour is very important for us because this will improve this region is safe. The athletes will come cycle around the roads of southeastern Turkey and they will see that it is all secure. And tourists will start coming here again without hesitation.
Now, while it may not have the catchiest of names, the International Civilizations Bike Tour of Turkey was chosen by the organisers for a very specific reason. For example, this valley behind me has evidence dating back thousands of years of a number of different civilizations that have lived here, from the Romans through to the Byzantiums, all the way through to the Ottoman Empire. And now today, athletes from a number of different countries are gathering here in this very region in the name of sport. The 3-day event takes place across 3 of the region's main cities. And it's against the backdrop of the historical city of Mardin, in what's known as the cradle of civilization, that the racing gets underway, with more than 150 riders from 5 countries taking part.
We are represented by Georgia, and I think it will be a very hard race, and we will do our best for victory.
All countries coming here is perfect, and people is very friendly.
Şu anda çok heyecanlıyım hala.
I'm very excited right now. There's a lot of athletes here and I don't know who is good and who is not. We would just have to ride and find out.
With the first stage completed without a hitch, the riders didn't have much rest before making their way to the city of Batman for the second leg of the competition. Here, under the heat of the afternoon sun, locals came out in force to give the athletes a warm welcome. So after 2 days of racing, the athletes have arrived here in Diyarbakır for the final stage. In recent years, this city has become a flashpoint for operations by Turkish forces against the PKK terror group. But the hope is that having more events like this staged here, it'll help the city and its people to heal.
Diyarbakır is a city with very sad memories. We are happy to see these kind of organisations here. I'm also a sportsman, so I hope there'll be more activities around the city.
It would be very beautiful to see more activities here, and it also helps the city to develop. Diyarbakır deserves that.
It's really good for sports lovers in the city. We usually see this kind of organizations in Istanbul, Antalya or Europe. So it feels good to have one here.
And so, with security in place, one final stage stood before the riders and the finish line. With the inaugural edition of the event safely completed, it didn't take long for people here to look ahead to next year, where plans are already being put in place.
We are planning to change the name to the International Mesopotamia Tour following the advice of the governor of Mardin. We will increase the amount of the participant countries from 5 to 10 and even to 20. No one has concerns to come to this region anymore. Turkey has become the country of peace. This city has become the city of peace.
While a place on the podium is no doubt an incredible achievement for these riders, you get the feeling that the people here are just as happy to have been a part of it.